What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another day in Car Mechanic Simulator with me, the Virtual Mechanic, and today's project, the Ford Bronco Police Cruiser version. This is going to be a lot of fun. We got some engine swaps on this one today. Starts with a V8 1-carb overhead valve. We're definitely going to swap it to one of the supercharged engines. I'm not sure which. Probably go with the double overhead cam supercharged single carb. Don't know. Undecided yet still. We'll come to that a bit later on. But as regards to this is a beautiful model. This has been modded in by Dead Bob 777, or Payne as he's more commonly known. So head over to the Steam Workshop, grab yourself a version of this, have a play around yourself. There are multiple different models, Police Cruiser, a Resto mod version that's lowered, a few different versions. Head over, check it out, grab it yourself. It is going to be a lot of fun. But what are we going to do to this one today? Well, obviously we said we're going to swap that engine to a supercharged engine. We're going to make this look like a Police Cruiser. Hopefully the livery should be there. It kind of looks like it might already be in it with a white door, but we're not sure about that, not 100%. And obviously we're going to fix the rest of this body up, make it look more like an active police cruiser. There are a lot of options in the shop here. As you can already see, I'm in there, I've been having a look. Lots of wings, lots of body options. There's a few bits to happen. So let's just crack on. Let's get this one over to the car wash. Let's get it cleaned up and let's get started. Here we are then at the car wash. Left-hand drive, very American truck, police cruiser. So this one's going to be fun. Let's see. It does look like the livery is on there. That's cool. Black and white, looking quite nice. I wonder if there is an actual livery with some stars on there or something. Let's see later on. But let's get this interior cleaned, back on the lift, and get that engine ripped out, and we'll start tearing everything down. Up on the lift, and let's have a look. Does have the oil pan in, so let's get that one drained right now. Off you go. How much is in there? Not too much. A little bit in there, but let's start getting some things removed. We need to get this drive shaft off and definitely the gearbox. So let's crack on with that. Nice and simple. Let's grab the starter off of here with a rusty bolt. Probably going to have to get most of this exhaust out as well. So I might as well just crack on with that while I'm under here. So I'm going to get this exhaust off. We'll get the car on the ground and then we'll get that engine ripped out. I'll meet you down there in just a couple of moments. Second drive shaft. Engine crane is over. Let's rip that engine out, hopefully. Yes, that's all right. That came out nice and simple. Amazing. Let's get on and get this engine base sorted out next. Very high up. I'm quite short in real life, so it's very realistic for me. So let's get these drained. They do look like they've got a bit of liquid in there, so we'll start off with that. That is everything cleared, looking nice. Let's get all of this out, especially these reservoirs. They're all looking a bit sorry for themselves. We have got a battery, so we can throw that one on charge when we go and build the engine. And we've got this fuse box, obviously, as usual, just checking there's nothing else. I will not bore you with stripping this, so I'm going to get this one stripped, and then we'll get that suspension done. I'll see you underneath in just a moment. I've taken a wheel off both front and back, so we can get a look what's going on here, because this is quite bizarre. We do have the steering rack, obviously, at the front with the outer tie rod, the inner tie rod. But these are leaf spring, front and back. There's both leaf springs on the front and back. Both drive axles, because I believe this is four-wheel drive. There's that other drive shaft. So let's just grab that one quickly. Doesn't require any bolts. But both front and back end are very similar. Both leaf springs, both got shocks on them. Let's just go down the back. Drum brakes all round, so it's not going to have the best stopping power, sadly. A bit of a disadvantage on that one. But let's get this stripped, and then we shall work on that engine next. We've got potentially a lot of power to go in there today, being a police cruiser. But what I do think I'm going to do is I'm not going to fit all performance parts in it today. We're just going to restore it and not paint it either, because it's a police car. They wouldn't paint it. So there we go. That's what we're going to do with this one today. Hope you enjoy the rest of today's video. Let's get stuck in. I'm going to get the rest of this cleared, and then we'll get that engine stripped. I'll see you shortly. Everything is stripped off. Let's throw this battery on charge. Nice. And then I said that we were going to strip the engine, and then I realized there's no point showing you that much of this engine because we're not keeping it anyway. We are going to be changing it. So I am just going to get this one stripped down, and you'll see the next clip. We're back by the car, taking the body off, getting it ready to get that frame sorted out, get all the bodywork sorted, and head over to the paint shop. So I'm going to get all of this stripped. I'll meet you back by the car in just a couple of moments. See you shortly. Right then, it is time to get this body stripped off the Bronco. So let's just jump in and get started. Will that take the headlight out? No, it won't. I don't imagine there's too much on this one. There's a few different options, but not actually that much. Oh, there goes the bumper. Let's get that with the license plate. Lights, door, and then just the interior, and I'm pretty confident that is it. Just have a quick check around. Looks like it. I'm going to grab this interior out, and then we're going to grab the welder and get this frame all sorted. No steering wheel, ideal. Let's get the frame sorted out, and then we can work on thinking about what body panels to go back on. 500, that probably means this won't be that profitable at the end, but never mind. And I'm probably going to spend too much on it with the body panels today. So let's crack on with it. I mean, there's one thing I definitely know I want to buy in here, which is the police lights. So I have to buy that one. And then I think I'm just going to go through and try and find what I want this to look like, how I want this to go. And we'll go from there. The only thing that was a definite was the police lights. So I'm going to get all of this sorted. I'll meet you back here in just a few moments before we head over to the paint shop. See you shortly. Got all my body panels all sorted finally. Looking lovely. I really like this. I went for mostly, I'll just show you in the shop, 1983 parts. You go onto here. You've got different years on all of them. I stuck mostly on the 1983. It wasn't meant to be that way. It's just the way it turned out. And I think it looks really good. Also, while I was doing that, I did decide that I am going to put performance parts in it, because I thought, if I bought this truck in real life, what would I do with an ex-police truck? Obviously, you wouldn't get the lights in real life, but never mind. But I would make it as fast as I possibly could. I'd make it absolutely insane. So that's what I'm going to do. One of the supercharged engines is going to be performance parts, but all the underside and the engine is all just going to be chromed out. So let's take this over to the paint shop and see if we are just going to keep it black and white as a cop car, or if we're going to make it something a bit wild, a bit crazy. Let's head over to the paint shop. I haven't decided yet, but I'm heading over there now, so I'll decide. See you shortly. It is a police truck at the end of the day. I did stick with the black and white, although it doesn't fully match the livery, because I did paint this rear clamshell in black. On the livery, it sits white all the way to the end. I didn't quite like that, so I decided to paint that bit black and leave this white. As I already said, for the underside, I am just going to chrome everything out. Apart from the brake calipers, I'll make them black. But it is all just going to be chrome in there. The engine bay is going to be mostly chrome. I might do engine covers black and white, maybe something like that. Haven't decided yet. Won't know because I haven't built the engine yet. I haven't had a chance to look at it. But all the suspension is done. I've just got to get it painted, ready to go back on the truck. So let's crack on with that. Next up will be the suspension back together. I'll meet you over there in just a few moments. No suspension to put together today, so let's just get straight underneath and start getting this all back together for the suspension. Now, I said I was going to paint the brakes black, and then I realised that we're on drum brakes, so they can't be painted black. So everything pretty much under here is just chromed out, apart from these plates, which are white, and these bolts, which are black. Although you can't really see that the plates are white. Let's just have a little zoom in, and they are white. You can see they are a different colour to that. The other thing that is also painted is the shocks themselves. They also are in a lovely white as well. The rest of it, if it's paintable, is just chromed out. That is pretty much it at the front end. So I'm going to get all of this finished and then get down the back, and we'll have a look how it looks there, although it is almost identical. So I'll see you down there in just a few moments. Front end's all finished. Let's get on and get this back end done. As I said, it is very similar to the front end in the fact that most of it is just chromed out, apart from the shocks, the plate, and the supporting bolts that go on it. They're the only thing that are painted. So I don't even know why I brought you down here to show you. I like how it looks. It's very minimalistic, very simple on this one. And the white shocks really sort of set it apart for me. But next up, we need to get that engine bay sorted before we decide what engine we're going to put in there. So I'm going to get this finished, then we'll sort out the engine bay, and then we're going to go and pick which engine we want to build for this lovely car. I will meet you back there in just a few moments. There's the suspension all complete, looking really nice actually. Very minimalistic in this chrome black and white. Very few bits of black just on the U-bolts there, and white on the shocks and white on the plates. I think it looks really great. But next up, we've got to get this engine bay sorted. I think I've bought everything I need, so let's just start pushing it all back in and hope that I have got everything. Otherwise, I'll be making a trip to the shop. I know one thing I have managed to remember to pick up is my battery this time. which is something I always forget. This engine is very low. Anyway, fuse box itself, I have painted white. I wasn't sure whether it was visible or not, although I really regret painting it white because you can't see the fuses. But anyway, I will get this finished, and then we're going to go and pick which engine we want for this car. One of the supercharged ones. Which one will it be? Let's head over there. Let's find out. So we're over here on the engine stand. This is the two engines. The first off is the V8 double overhead cam supercharged engines with 584 factory horsepower. And the other option is the 2-carb overhead valve supercharged engine with 380 horsepower. Now, I have played with both of these engines quite a bit, but which one do I go for? I'm going to go for the one without the big old body sticking out the top, so we're going to go for the double overhead cam supercharged engine. Now, obviously, I scrapped off everything for the last engine, so I don't have anything for this one. I will show you. No necessary parts. So I need to go and buy all of the parts for this engine. So bear with me while I get this one sorted. And then we're going to head over and get it painted. Then for the final assembly before we throw it in the truck. So wish me luck. I will see you back here in just a few moments. Here she is then. The nearly finished V8 supercharger. Supercharged engine, should I say, not supercharger. Few bits to go in there. I've finished this side. As you can see, I've got the sort of black and white combination going in there. Everything is chrome painted covered. This is chrome covered. This cover is chrome covered. These bits aren't. I just left them in their original colour. The only thing that isn't chromed is actually the engine block itself. That is actually in a pearl white because the chrome came out way too dark. Like really, really dark. Bizarre, but everything else came out really nicely in the chrome. It looks lovely. The black and white combination I think is a real treat. I'm just going to get this one finished and we're going to rip it off this stand and get it thrown straight into that lovely Bronco sat out there. And that is it. So let's get it off the stand and let's get it dropped in. This is going to be good. I'm looking forward to this one. Supercharged Police Bronco, or ex-Police Bronco as it more should be called. Let's get the crane over. Let's get it dropped in and see how good it looks. In you go. Let's get you put away. Let's have a look. Not that I can really see because the truck is way too high. There is the fuse box. You can see it in white, by the way. It is looking pretty good in there. Again, it's too high for me to really see from here, so we'll check it a bit more when we're outside. But I'm going to get on and get the gearbox, drive shafts and all of them bits in. Get the wheels sorted. Get it outside ready for everybody to see. I'll see you outside in just a moment. Here we are then, all finished with our ex-cop Texas truck. Absolutely stunning. I love how this has turned out. I haven't tinted the windows on this one. The reason I haven't tinted the windows is because this window here and this window here don't tint, so it looks a bit weird with everything else tinted, but those two not. Because they aren't placeable windows, they're part of the rear clamshell, so they don't tint. If you are watching, Payne, please fix that one. Please, I'm asking nicely. Anyway, still a beautiful job by Payne, and I also didn't notice this at first, but with the clamshell there is actually a shotgun in the center console there, which is absolutely incredible. Well done. And I just want to get a good look at this engine. I'm still too short in real life and in game to see over it properly, but it's not too bad. It looks pretty cool in there. Happy with that, and I'm sure I'll get some better pictures of the photo locations. Onto the rims, I did go for the rim Retro 10, which is what comes on its standard, but I didn't keep everything on their standard. They're a 15-inch, I think, at standard. I've bumped them up to an 18-inch, brought the profile size down from an 80 to a 70, but have made them wider from a 225 to a 255. Have kept off-road tyres on them. The track will probably destroy me in a minute because I haven't put slicks on it, but we will see. Hopefully they'll hold. If not, I'll come back, swap them to slicks, give it a good run, come back, swap these ones back on it. But let's jump in and see what this supercharged V8 sounds like in this Ford Bronco. Not quite what I was expecting. Very grumbly. Does sound very mean at the top end though. What a lovely ex-cop car. Let's get it on the dyno and see what horsepower she's got. Here we are then on the dyno with the Bronco Police Cruiser. 855 starting horsepower from that supercharged engine. How much have we managed to squeeze out of it today? I think this is going to be pretty insane, and I probably will need them slicks. Let's have a look. An additional 754 horsepower, bumping it up to 89%. 1,609 horsepower in total. That is incredible. But let's get it on the track and see what it can do. Here we are then on the track with a just over 1,600 horsepower Bronco and that lovely shotgun. Now let's see what speed we can get. Probably should have put slicks on it, but let's go. Very wobbly, but it is a big off-road car. So it's not really surprising. Can we keep it straight with these off-road tyres? That is my biggest question. This thing is flying. There's 400 kilometers an hour already. What are we going to get to by the end of the track? Four-wheel drive's always a big advantage. Can we get to the 500? There's 500. What are we stopping at? 509 kilometers an hour from the Police Ford Bronco. That's incredible. 509 kilometers an hour does pit this Bronco beast in 7th place in our leaderboard out of 62 vehicles. Well done, Payne. You've definitely made yourself a fast truck here. Absolutely love this. Has been a lot of fun. The design elements, I believe, had a little bit of help from French Toast with the liveries. Hence this police livery. The only thing I changed was this rear clamshell to black because it is white officially in this livery. I just wanted a bit more black than a bit more white. But absolutely incredible. Love this truck. Very well done. Head on to the Steam Workshop. Give this one a download yourself. Multiple variants, multiple models. Have some fun. Have a play. And let me know what you do with yours. Also, let me know what you think of mine in the comments below. This has been a lot of fun, but we have some facts and figures. Now, I bought the car for $4,982, and I spent $47,554 modifying it, upgrading it, and painting it today. Bearing in mind, I did buy all the bumpers, all the front ends. The clamshell, I only bought the police one, a couple of the rear bumpers. So I lost a bit of money there, buying and selling parts that I didn't use in the end, but it has turned out quite nice. The big question is, though, after we spent $52,536 altogether on this vehicle, is how much profit, or if any profit, can be made. Let's have a look. Obviously, 1,609 horsepower from the newly upgraded V8 double overhead cam supercharged engine. But how much can we sell it for? 63,249. Take away 52,536 is just over 10,000 profit. So 10,713 profit altogether. Not bad, considering I lost 11,500 on the R31 Skyline. But never mind. I'm going to sell this one. Off you go, Police Bronco. You were a lot of fun. Earned me some money. But what have we got next? Well, I mentioned French Toast doing the livery. Up next, we have a config by French Toast. This is the Ford Fiesta. Well done to French Toast for this. This looks incredible. There are so many different variations on this if you download it from the Steam Workshop. The one I'm working on today is the Rallycross variation. A lot of fun with this one. I cannot wait to get stuck into this to see how good it's going to be. I'm assuming there's going to be billions upon billions of body parts. Let's have a look. Yeah, 14 pages of this. So I'm going to have a lot of fun going through that, trying to figure out which ones are which. Luckily, French Toast has done this amazing thing where he's shown you which bodies they go on, so that, you know, he's put a lot of effort into making this right for you. He's done a fantastic job. You should download this one definitely and give it a go. But this is what I'll be working on next time. My God, there is a lot of it. This is what I'll be working on next time. I cannot wait to get stuck into this one. I've been excited about it since he first said he was going to be making it. And now it's here. Now it's finished. You should go and download this one yourself. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I do hope you enjoy it. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.